Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola. The prediction, knuckleheads. It goes down this Saturday live on Fox pay-per-view. We've got the return of Andy Ruiz Jr., the first Mexican to ever do it in boxing heavyweight division, capturing a title, even though he's coming off of a loss. He's going to be going up against Chris Arreola, who, interestingly enough, at least for me, should have been the first Mexican to ever do it in boxing's heavyweight division by capturing a title, but he just never was able to climb to that mountaintop. He had, I guess, discipline issues, just never really lived up to his potential. That being said, at the age of 40, he's being tossed a rather large bone from Andy Ruiz, but it's a large bone with the words tune-up fight carved into it, guys. That's what I'm seeing here. This is another one of boxing's A-side versus B-side fights that I'm always calling out and fighting against. And listen, I'm happy for Chris Arreola to be getting the fight and another payday. He absolutely deserves that. All the fighters deserve that. But that being said, is this a fight that should even be happening in the first place? You know, I think this tells you where I'm going with this prediction. Andy Ruiz, 31 years old, versus a 40-year-old Chris Arreola that has long since left his prime of his career in the rearview mirror. And Andy Ruiz is still, peaking, now training with Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Reynoso, and looking in the most tremendous shape of his life. Same Andy Ruiz who just came off of a decision loss to Anthony Joshua, and in the fight before knocked Anthony Joshua out. Same Andy Ruiz who's got the hand speed of a freaking middleweight at heavyweight, a guy with tremendous skill and a ridiculous chin. And just because of those reasons, I just don't see how Chris Arreola can get through this fight. I mean, the only possible way Chris Arreola can win this fight is if he just absolutely obliterates Andy Ruiz with volume. I don't believe he has the power to hurt Andy Ruiz. I think he would just have to just completely overwhelm him with volume, throw over 1,000 punches like he did against Adam Kownacki. And Andy Ruiz, let's be honest, guys, is not Kownacki, who has looked really bad in his past few fights. So again, my prediction, Chris Arreola, basically no chance in this fight, with all due respect. And Andy Ruiz either gets a stoppage in the second half of the fight because Arreola is durable, or it goes to decision and Andy Ruiz wins by a wide margin. I'm going with probably a stoppage as being the likely outcome. That being said, though, let's talk about this fight, man. This is a fight that should not happen in boxing. This is another A-side versus B-side fight. Another example of the stuff boxing does to drive away its fans and insults people's intelligence, man. I mean, who in their right mind, looking for a competitive fight would match these two at this juncture of their career? I mean, if you would have told me this fight was happening 5-10 years ago, I would say, okay, let's run it. But now, with Chris Arreola at 40 years of age, I mean, you're putting him in there to get scalped. And again, I'll say it, I'm happy the guy is getting a payday, but he might get hurt in this fight. Seriously, he might get hurt in this fight. And he's coming off a loss himself to Adam Kownacki, who just lost to Robert Helenius and just looked atrocious. So, for those people that saying Arreola looked good in his last fight, yeah, but you also got to look at the competition. This is not an even fight by any means, guys, and it's something as a promoter I've been calling out on this channel for a very long time. Another thing I want to say, though, is I'm not saying this because I favor one fight or the other, and I'm trying to show you guys, right, that I am objective. In fact, I'm so objective that I'm just going to tell you guys what I actually feel so you can see how objective I am. I love Chris Arreola, man. I think the guy's personality is fantastic. I think the guy's hilarious. He just wants to fight. And he's just a tough guy, man. I like him. He's real. He's honest. And he's never shown me fake bullshit that I don't want to see. Andy Ruiz, on the other hand, is a guy that at this point, I hate to say it, but I don't really like the guy. I don't like the guy. And if you guys have watched this channel, you understand why. You know, Manny Robles is a friend of the channel. Manny Robles has been nothing but real and straightforward and honest with me since the day I met him. Since the day, I met him when, he had helped Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua. And I feel like ever since then, Andy Ruiz has done nothing but shit on Manny Robles. And it's just something that just doesn't sit right with me. You don't show that sort of disrespect to the person that did take you to the mountaintop, right? And, then Andy Ruiz, after the rematch with Joshua, admits to not training. Well, you can't blame that on Manny Robles. He can't put a stick of dynamite in your ass and make you get out of bed, right? And then I see Andy Ruiz in camp with Canelo's team, and, all power to him. I mean, I don't dislike him enough to wish him bad. I want the guy to win. I just, personally, I don't F with him, personally. So I see him in the Canelo camp talking about Manny Robles hating on him. Hating on you. Man, we did the interviews on this channel about, the split. Manny Robles didn't say anything disrespectful. I thought Manny Robles was completely respectful and straightforward. I thought what Andy Ruiz and his team did by sending the father to go and end the relationship in a situation that was Andy Ruiz's fault, not Manny Robles's, was classless. I thought it was disrespectful. And so because of that, Andy Ruiz just doesn't sit right in my soul. On top of it, I was a fan of Andy Ruiz. I want to say this. I was a fan of Andy Ruiz, since 2016 or before, right? When he fought Joseph Parker. I can't pinpoint a date right now. I'm not going to look it up for you guys. You guys can look it up. But when he fought Joseph Parker in New Zealand for a title, I wanted to get an interview with the guy. I was a fan of the guy. I wanted him to win. I wanted him to become first ever Mexican heavyweight champion. For years, on and off, I would reach out to people of his team to ask for an interview. I was told it would happen. Then I was told he was busy. Then I was told it would happen. Then I kind of just gave up on it. I came back to it, once I got to know Manny Robles and stuff. He told me to contact a manager or whoever the heck was running his career. So I contacted that guy, right, about an interview. And I guess that guy was like asking me, what am I offering? Like the guy wanted money to get interviewed by a YouTube channel. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some people might like that. No fighter has ever told me, oh, you got to pay me, for me to talk to you on your channel. No manager, nobody's ever told me that or told me, what are you offering me? So since then, the guy just doesn't sit right with me. So that said, even though I don't like the guy, I still think he's going to win this fight in spectacular fashion, perhaps, probably with a stoppage. And, I don't wish the guy any ill will. I'm not that guy. I'm not a hater, but I will tell you if I don't like you or I do like you. Knuckleheads, tell me what you think about this fight. Do you think this fight should happen? Who wins this fight? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Then hit the like button. That'll help this video get out there. After you do that, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon if you haven't already. And then join the channel, just $4.99 a month. That's 16 cents a day. You can help me build this channel, build the promotion, and be part of the most educated fight community in the world. Get your Fighters Rep gear in the link below to also help me build. All the proceeds get reinvested back into the promotion. We got shirts, hoodies, masks, tank tops. And follow us along with our official sponsor, Nueva Real Estate, on Instagram, at Nueva Real Estate, for all your California real estate needs. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say, about this one.